Okay, this is Planet Zoo. Um, so, um, I was going to show you what I've done in one of my franchise zoos. In the game itself, you've got four different ways you can play. This career mode is basically a tutorial. I went through the first couple till I understood what I was doing, and I guess there's an achievement if you go through the rest of that, but I didn't find it very interesting beyond that. Challenge mode and franchise mode, I believe, are basically the same. It's one is offline and the other is online. Um, in franchise mode, you can build your own company with different franchises around the globe, and you can exchange animals online with other players. Sandbox is unlimited money. That's pretty much the difference. It's offline as far as I can tell. So I'm going to look at franchise mode today. So I've got four zoos, and they're all in North America in different biomes. The one that I've been working on recently is the Big Cat Sanctuary, which is in tropical, basically Central America. So it'll take a little bit for this to load up. I've been working on this for a while now. They've come out with two DLCs. I have both of them. I think you started out with about 70 animals, so you should have maybe 75 to 80 animals now. I don't know. In this zoo, I believe I have 27 animals. The thing I like about this game is that you can customize everything that you do in it. Your enclosures have to be built and designed. You can't. There's nothing canned about them. So this is where I am right now. This is a very large. They give you plenty of space. I assume at some point we'll go through a lot of this. So just a little bit of the lay of the land, what we've got going on here. This is the entrance down here. You'll find a lot of tutorials online where basically designers, I think professional designers, go through this thing and just make incredible enclosures. I'm not that person at all, but I have taught myself how to do a few cool things and just learn how to play the game. Looks like we've got an issue here. Isoke is not happy. What's wrong with this little baby here? She, female, I don't understand what her problem. Oh, she wants a more climbing area. You know, I'm going to have to deal with this later. I thought that would deal with it. She's not. Maybe if I just move her. Let's just move you. Because nobody else is upset up there. Well, yes. Omarosa's upset. Well, we're going to move you too. Well, actually, I downloaded this structure from the Steam Workshop. I'm not good enough to design something as gorgeous as this. And I don't think it's specifically designed for gorillas, but probably other apes. But they don't like it, which is a shame. It's not fulfilling their needs. What they need. But now it says that they're met, but when they get up inside the tree house, it says it's not. Anyway, I'll have to deal with that offline. That's not what I wanted to do today. So basically, as we go through this thing, a couple of things I want to point out to you in the interface. The currency in this game is either cash or conservation credits. So here, animal trading is where you go onto a marketplace and search the marketplace. These are animals that are available for purchase, and you can see either most of these are conservation points, but occasionally you'll have some that'll be available in cash as well. You have your own animal storage area. It's called a trade center. So you can see in here you can put animals from any of your parks. So the MG Wildlife Park, I've added, there's 4 animals in here that I placed from that park, and then the Big Cat Sanctuary, this park that we're in now, I put this lion that was bred here. So I know I want to go ahead and trade him out because I only have room for 1 alpha male at this pride. So you can these are free to move among your own parks in the franchise mode. So that does, but cash is not. So this cash that I have down here is only available here. So I am trying to sell this lion on the open market right now. He's been on there for 35 minutes. He only stays on for an hour. You can see his specs are pretty high. I'm not asking that much for him, but we'll see how it's going to happen. There are also 2 types of ways you can have animals in here. There are either enclosures, which you design and build these yourself. You can see this is a enclosure here for the African lions, or you also have exhibits. These exhibits are just basically little terrariums that hold either snakes or frogs or something like that. They're very inexpensive to maintain. There's not a lot of way. They're not difficult to upkeep for your staff, and you can breed animals here and sell them on the exhibit trading market. So you can see these are not things that you would have an open exhibit for. So they have to be kept in a terrarium as insects and stuff like that. So it just adds a little bit more. So as we come through the front door here, you can see what I've got. First of all is education over here. You have to education is something that you have to, one of the needs of your guests. And if you, I'll tell you what, why don't we go to the front, the home page here for the zoo. What this is showing is the overview of the park, your price for admittance, hours of operation, the types and number and species of animals you have, the average animal welfare, staff happiness, which is great right now. It took me a long time to figure that out, and guest happiness, which is easy to figure out but hard to maintain because it's constantly adjusting itself. And so for guest happiness right now, the things that you need are energy. You have to give them plenty of spots to rest and relax if they get tired of walking around. Plenty to eat and drink. And I can't seem to ever get enough for them to eat and drink. It's just they have to be spaced out enough for when a guest gets hungry that they can immediately find some place to go to. So, but if there's a line and the line is too long, then they will keep walking and just get thirstier. And that's, I've discovered, one of the reasons why this gets high. It's not that you don't have enough, it's that you don't have enough maybe variety, or you need to spread them out more so that they don't cluster as much. It's a mistake that I've made, I think. Toilets and education. So the way you get your education rating up for the guests is to build these small conservation reader boards, which they just gives them some basic information about some aspect of animal conservation or environmental conservation. And then each exhibit will have a small education information board that you can assign for that particular animal. It gives them information on that animal. And then each habitat has either a video monitor, or it also has here we go, a speaker, audio. It's just feeding them information through a speaker. So you can you can come up here under information and looking at the education scanner, you can see where all my speakers are. You can see where all the television monitors are. You can see where the Educational Conservation Board monitors are. And so you can, in an overview, you can see that I need to add more. Looks like I've missed out on a few. What is the problem? Oh, I never put these on? Wow, I can't believe that. So all this time I never turned these on. These are tigers. This is tiger too, I suppose. Wow, I can't believe I never did that. Wow. Is there any? Oh, wow, I never turned these on either. No wonder my Siberian tiger rating is so low. Let me turn these on real quick. Looks like I have an issue with cleanliness somewhere. So this just connects to the nearest animal within range, and you can go down and see the next nearest animal here too as well if you want to. All right, well that just changes. Is there anything else that I'm missing here? I think that's probably it. All right, let's get out of this. I'm having an issue here real quick with the elephants. Well, there's too many elephants in here and they're pooping all over the place. So you can see that right here. The elephant poop is in red. So when I call the keeper, you need to keep these guys clean. There he is right here. So he'll come out with a pooper scooper here just a second. Let's get going. There he goes. He's got a pooper scooper and now he'll start cleaning it up, which you can see. Where did you go? Where'd you go? There we go. All right, so as he goes around cleaning this up, then that alert will go away. They give you 3 challenges, and then when you achieve one of them, another one will pop in. There's also a community challenge, usually once a week. This week it was to release 800,000 African animals as a community into the wild. So you can see I did like 50. So I'll get some achievements when this is over, which is in about an hour. But it'll probably be tomorrow before they release that. Okay, so um, on to the park. I think that's pretty much covering everything. So as we go into night, you can see that you have to add lighting to here so that the guests can see what they're doing. In some cases, you even need to adjust the temperature so you have heaters and coolers that you can put out for either animals or the guests to keep them happy. If you're building your park is in a cold environment, then you'll want to put um, heaters along the path for them. And now I'm in a hot environment, I should consider maybe even putting coolers along the path, but I haven't done that yet. Anyway, so let's come back here and look at the entryway. When you walk in the front door of the park, this is what you see. Here we go. How we do. There we go. Big cat sanctuary. On the left here are my conservation boards. On the right side, I have a food court. And then because it was so crowded, I built a little path that goes behind the building to kind of alleviate some of the congestion up here. It's still not enough. I put a little sign here. I'm going to add more signage. I've learned to bury my lighting. There's actually a light under here underneath. I'm going to have to go through and really adjust the lighting to where it makes more sense. Here in the middle, first of all, I built a little building, just a little sign that says Big Cat. That's the name of the park. And then I put 4 exhibits on the bottom, and these are 4 snakes. So you add some nice lighting with some signage. These boxes here are for contributions. donation boxes. That's how you make your revenue in this game, is either by selling your animals on the open market or by guest donations. So, all right. So let's go into this food court here, the building itself. This is the first one that I made, and I can see a lot of mistakes here. I need to adjust this. The signage is just awful. The lighting is not good. The bare walls are bare. A couple of ATMs. I've learned you have to put ATMs all over the place whenever there's a food courts. The restrooms here, there's no lighting in the restrooms. I need to fix that. So much I need to do. Um, Upstairs here, I put a club called the Rainbow Room, and so in the evening, you probably notice these colors, all these lights come up as a rainbow, and I put more food courts up here. Although these are really not used very well, I need to either get rid of this, or this is too small, maybe make it wider. Anyway, you can see this park, you have to do constant adjustments. So this is the first building that I made, and I put some little colored lights. We'll come back to this at night when it looks better. All right. So over here is the next one this is also a food court on this side. I like this one much, much better. This is our Tiger Mart. It's got outdoor seating here and on this side. This one has no restrooms though. Um, but you can see that I did a much better job on the inside of labeling things and well, again, we'll come back here at night when you can see I've created little cues using the lights on the floor. ATMs are over on the side, and plenty of doors, access points for people getting out, although this is a problem right here. Um, and then over here, people come over here, and I added the staff areas in this game. You use a different type of pathing, which is only accessible by the employees. So this is a staff room. What I did was I created a zone. All of these people who work as vendors here are only allowed to use this staff room, so they don't wander too far away. Each exhibit area has to have uh, 4 things going on. It needs to be cleaned. You have to have a vet. They have to be occasional maintenance, and then they have to be fed. So I usually build one keeper hut for each exhibit and create a work zone just for those 2 units. And then now I've started adding a small staff building too. So the staff, in that way, there is no reason the keeper that's assigned here should ever have to wander beyond these 2 buildings. And it's really helped a lot. So here, I put in this one-way glass so that the people enjoying dining here can look into this cheetah exhibit. On the inside, you'll notice the cheetahs can't see them at all. Otherwise, they get stressed out with people staring at them. I think I probably would too. So this particular, every exhibit has to have certain things. So let's find one of our cheetahs. Here we go. Here's a cheetah over here. So what they need is, first of all, they need hard shelter. So just these little stone shelters I found on the Steam Workshop. I love them, and they're really. And I've taken my stab at creating one myself, and it wasn't as nice as this, but I know how to do it. I just don't think it's necessary. So instead, I just use the pre-made stuff in the Steam Workshop. That's what it's there for. So you have to adjust using the terrain tools down here. These are the terrain tools. You adjust the type of ground cover that the animals like. Oh, you can see he's taking a little dip there. All right, and then here also they will tell you how much space the animal needs. whether or not the animal has any preference for swimming. This animal doesn't, but I gave them one anyway. And whether or not this is an animal that wants anything to climb on. They don't, but I gave them one anyway because they like it. They're cats. Environment. This is you can research. You can come down here to nature, and you can filter this out by continent and the biome to show only the types of plants that the animals would be appropriate for this animal. This is fairly important. It looks, and then down here it'll show you if there's anything here that doesn't belong. Apparently, I have a buffalo grass somewhere in here that they don't like. I don't know where it is. But in addition to that, I also have this palm tree they do not like. Where is that? Oh, it's over here. They don't like these palm trees. So it doesn't look like it's making them too unhappy, so I'm going to leave it alone because even if they can see a plant from another habitat, if it's in with their sight, so if it's in within this animal's sight, and it is, then it's gonna show up in here as something he doesn't like. All right, anyway. Enrichment, these are other items that you have to research. These are little things like this feeders, um, scratching, rubbing pads, things that keep the animal interested and engaged and happy. So these are, you can look at, every animal has its own genetic tree. You can view its genealogy, who its parents are, how many children it's had, how so you can customize the genes of this. Choose a mate that is going to result in better offspring. If I don't really get into that too much, I do try not to inbreed. So if any animals that are born at this zoo, I trade out, and I only breed with animals that I bring in from another zoo. That's the only way I can make sure that I'm not doing any inbreeding or any sexual stuff. So social, every animal has its own needs as far as the size of the population. For cats, you just need one alpha male typically. Although lions can stay in larger groups, most animals will tolerate the cubs or kittens as long as they're young. As soon as they mature, they run them off. So you have to be prepared. As soon as these kittens hit maturity, then they will start fighting with their parents and they'll try to run them off. So you have to trade them out of the zoo or put them somewhere else. Something has to change there. So, all right. So, so let's come back here to the beginning again. So when you walk through the front door, over here at the left are my anteaters. Here's my anteaters. Looks like he's taking a nap. This one's taking a nap. I have two females. I must have three, and she must have had a baby. Do I have three? Yeah, I do. I do have a child in there, an infant. All right. Here. Oh, I'm sorry. Those were aardvarks. Crap. These are the anteaters over here. So, here we go. Anteaters. Lunchtime. All right, it's my anteaters. Security cameras. You have to either secure these types of cameras or security guards. Otherwise, you can have some problems around here. You can see how congested this is getting. It hit around 6,000 guests. It's starting to become a real problem. All right, so this was the first enclosure I built here, was the lions. This is an albino male, and he is he has thrown off a. This latest litter had 4 cubs. You can see there's 2 albinos. So we have quite a few lions in here. I think there's 6, right? No, we have 7. There's 7. So there's 2 adult females, but there are only 1 alpha male. So you can see this was my first enclosure that I tried to make on my own. It's not very interesting, but it serves the purpose. He likes it. 93% like it anyway. So, and although he doesn't need a climbing structure, we built this, and you'll see him up here all the time. Guests view from up here, and they really seem to like it. So, here. All right. So, moving down this way, we've got 4 more exhibits. I think these are all frogs. And then we go along this area here, this big circle right here, which I made as a double 2-story double-decker, I guess. So you can see this provides more room. I liked doing this. So from down here, they can look both ways. So the only issue that I'm going to have is making sure they have enough facilities down here. So I had to break it up halfway with restaurants and restrooms and things like that over here. So here we've got jaguars. Here we have 2 little cubs here. They like a lot more. You'll notice it's denser. The grass is taller. They're jungle animals. This is an animal that came from the new South America pack. Over on this side are the Indian elephants. I do have a baby. These animals take forever to grow up. So she's going to be with us for a long time. And you're not allowed to trade them out while they're infants. You're kind of stuck with them. We've got 2 babies now. So they're taking a break over here. And he's cleaning up poo pretty much constantly in here to keep this clean. You can see there, when they see their poo, their dung is just a lot. All right, so over here we have lemurs. There are 2 different types of lemurs in here. I've got 8, either ring-tailed or red-ruffed lemurs. They can tolerate fairly large groups. In fact, if you don't have a fairly large group, they're not happy. So some of the animals' social needs are a little different. Okay, capuchin monkeys, white-faced capuchin monkeys. I've got 10 in here right now. They're loud, they're noisy, they're a little nasty, but they like to climb. Here we've got Chinese pangolins. We've got llamas. Let's come back over on this side. For the more cats, I've got both Bengal tigers and Siberian tigers. Let's take a look at them. So these are animals that like their environment a little bit colder. So I've had to put coolers in here and get the temperature much lower. So you can see these tigers in here. I think there's only 2 in here at the time. No, there's only 2 in there. And then for the Bengals, you've got 3. They do have a baby. There's a baby in here. Here we go. She needs to leave Mama alone. Alright, for the most part, she seems okay, but oh, she's gonna play. Oh, just like a real kitten. Oh, did she just kick her away? She did. So that's pretty funny. She doesn't want to be bothered by her. That's so typical. Alright, so kittens for the Bengal tigers. Here I've got some Himalayan brown bears, so you can see that these animals like it very cold. And honestly, it's getting dark now. I should consider maybe putting them inside a totally enclosed building like a dome or something. So here you can see at night now. So back over here, my tiger mart. See how nice it looks at night, but neon lights completely around it. Um, and they turned out great. I just really like the way this building turned out. And then here, the lighting is probably a little too dramatic. I probably need to pull about half of those lights out of there. I've tried to reduce the intensity of these lights, and I haven't been able to figure out how to do that. I guess I could try to bury all the lights. Maybe that would do it. I need to play around with that. All right. So, and then this building here. It's a different building. I made cheetah snacks. It's more food snacks here. Um, so you can see it looks a little bit better. This particular one has restrooms on both sides. The landscaping's a little bit better. It's just a totally different style. There's every building has a different style in my zoo. This is one that I just made this weekend. This is kind of an Adobe style, African, North Africa style. So here you've got, I've just gotten started on this. I'm not finished with it. Just putting some lighting. You can see I've learned to bury the lights here, how much a difference that makes. Um, it makes a huge difference here when we're doing that. All right, and then this outdoor lighting, this is a little fire pit that I've got some smoke. I need to finish that thing out. I don't really like the way it looks though. Okay, this is hippos here. This is the largest enclosure. I've got 9 hippos. They're very happy. I think I can actually get more in here. They seem really, really happy right now. Here's a little baby. Love my babies. Baby hippo. Must be time to eat. Mama left her no food though. Alright, so I've got quite a few babies in here. Alright, and then finally the gorilla here. Oh, where are you going? Oh, it's time to eat again. I think they've done a good job with the behaviors here. So the next thing, I don't know if I've if I've gone through the whole thing now. So finally, I'm going to talk about this. So this is the jungle canopy. I need to move these trees around so people can see this from down here. So they really can't. It's beautiful at night. It's all lit up. Found that when people come off of this ride, they're really, really hungry because they've been in there for so long. So they want something to eat. They want to go to the restroom. So I put all this, and there's always a line here now. So from here, I had to build the path under this building, back up the other side to the inside there. There we go. And it's all bamboo. The whole structure is bamboo. It looks okay. It's certainly nothing fantastic, but I'm proud of it. Nice landscaping. It may be too neat, but so I think that's it. What I will do to end the video is I will ride this. We will ride this ride, and let me go back to the beginning. Here we go. So this one's just starting out. So we will follow this around. This will be the end of our video. And I'll turn around so you can kind of see right here. We're coming over the llama. No, this is the jaguar. Those are the Indian elephants. We're coming over our rainbow room, and then over here are the anteaters. So you can see, I think it's too high, and it's even going higher because I had to go over this building. So I think I need to move it over to the right, so I don't need to do that. Now we're coming over the aardvarks and then coming over the cheetah. So I'll come over the aardvarks and then cut back this way so I can stay low. See, you're so far up that they really can't see very well. Now are the brown bears, Himalayan brown bears. More, those are standard food courts in the game. I didn't design those. Bengal tigers. Siberian tigers here. Oh, this is snow leopards. I didn't mention those, but another cat. I think we have 5 different types of cats. So all the cat types in the game I have here. I know I'm a cat person. Lions over here. Now over here on the right, these are red pandas. And this are the white-faced capuchin monkeys. They call them Colombian, but I don't know why they call them Colombian white-faced. I've never heard them called that before. And then right over the Chinese pangolin exhibit, pangolin, and then just a quick shot of the llamas over here. So I think you see every animal on this ride. So we come over the hippo enclosure, and this is the only one that the guests, when they ride this ride, they come out saying they absolutely love going through the hippo enclosure. But they don't ever, everything else is just okay. So anyway. So I wish I could just go with one type of tree in this, but I know I can't. So anyway, we have an area for future development here. You can see this building. I don't know what to do about it. It looks like a birthday cake or something. It looks a wedding cake, a groom's cake. It's just not very nice. I need to work on that. I have a lot of things I can work on. Landscaping. Oh, it's starting to rain. The rain in this game because I'm in the tropics, gets really, 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 really intense, as you'll start to see. So you can see what I've done here in the gorilla habitat, that the aerial tram is going down between the trees and back up. That's the way I'm going to have to do this everywhere else, even if it means moving the trees around so that I can get this tram down closer so that people can see better, as long as it doesn't upset the animals. This ride, initially, no one ever rode it, so it's been a challenge to get people to get on this thing. So now it's just breaking even for the first time when I have adjusted it 3 or 4 times, making it longer, weavier, and you can see how much higher it is over there. Now, if I make it lower, maybe it'll be better. So now we're coming back over the llama exhibit. See how low we are here? It's just people can actually see the animals. I think this is much better. Maybe I'll get better ratings. So now we're coming back into the station. There we go. All right. So I think that's probably it. and you can see how the rain is. Everybody's going to have their umbrellas. I am selling umbrellas here, so you can see umbrella sales will go up. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.